Hey guys, it's Kevin Jones, your spiritual operator, your unconventional chaplain. Hey, I know it's been a while, so I just wanted to catch up with you guys, so let's get into this. So hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Right now, I am in Kansas. And this is where God's taken us from and called us into full-time ministry, called us into the military, and called us to be an active duty Army chaplain. And so we're PCSing to Germany. And so that's where my family and I are going to be headed. My family of 11. There's 11 of us in all. My wife and our 9 children, selling everything and headed to Germany. Brings back that scripture that says, unless you leave your father, mother, brother, sister, even your own life, you can't be my disciple, is what Jesus said. And something to be said for those who will drop everything for the calling, for where God's taken them. But I just finished my actual workout, but I'm still probably 3 miles from home, so I'm going to start back up here in a minute. But I just wanted to maybe say a few things about being a spiritual operator. God's given me a vision for spiritual toughness, taking me to a unit to a brigade where they focus on spiritual toughness. And I just thought that was awesome. And I really feel like that the way to become a spiritual operator is when you go back to the basics. And so there's a few basics that are essential when it comes to being an operator. You know, one is your weapon. You want to be proficient, tactically sound. You know, and you can always tell when somebody is proficient and tactically sound, or at least knows their weapon, when you hand them the weapon and they clear it, check it. So I would suggest for any of you soldiers out there, hey, make sure somebody hands you a weapon, check it, clear it, should be on safe, right? But that said, my weapon is a sword. It's the sword of the Spirit. It's my word. It's the Bible. And so, excuse me while this car goes by. As a chaplain, guess what I get to carry into battle? I get to carry my Bible. And Jesus began his ministry at 30. When I was 30, my mom gave me a Bible, and in the front of it, it reads, here's your sword for battle. And I took that to Iraq, and I took it to Nepal. I took it to the different places that I went as a soldier, as an operator. But now I take that same sword, that same Bible, and I take it with me into the spiritual battle. So that's one, is your weapon. Number 2 is the spiritual disciplines. Our spiritual disciplines would be like, for instance, with your weapon. You remember it's a penny test or whatever, where you set your penny and you pull the trigger. And the idea is that if you can keep the penny balanced on there when you pull the trigger, then you're not going to go to the right or to the left. You're actually going to be shooting straight. And so when it comes to spiritual disciplines, in today's day and age, to be a spiritual operator, you have to think about prayer. You have to think about fasting. You have to think about reading, being proficient with the scripture and with your word. And so, oh my gosh, here comes some more. We've got motorcycles and a trailer. But you want to be proficient. You want to be proficient in prayer, proficient and in your word, and fasting. And these are things that nobody else does. Hold on for a minute. Oh, it's a moped. What's that? What's up? And a trailer. This is what you get in Kansas when you're chilling on a dirt road. Very good. But so you want to be someone who prays, because nobody else prays unless everything's against them. You set apart time, and I would submit you set apart time early in the morning for prayer, for a quiet time. Talk to God and make your requests made known to him. If you have any anxiety, you should be praying. But even then, spiritual warfare is offensive. And it's not just dealing with things on the defense. It's being offensive and going to those places and praying specific prayers for salvation, for healing, for help, for light in dark areas. Fasting goes along with that. The third thing that I would suggest that you need to be aware of is just, integrity. So, integrity is important as a... Hold on a second, another Jeep. Integrity is important for us as operators. I like to think about integrity like, say, I've said it before, but you're moving along and your feet get wet and you don't know it, but you have about 25, 30 more miles to go with, 65, 70 pounds ruck, maybe a double combat load. And you're moving, your feet, you're going to start having some issues here in a little bit. But you just keep going. You don't tell your sergeant or your squad leader. Integrity is that person who's going to actually say something. And it's so very important to actually say something. But so many of us will just keep going and try and tough it out. But if you get it done, you're going to have integrity for the long run. And what that comes down to when it comes to being a spiritual operator is that you have nothing hidden. When you get up on stage, you can talk clearly and proficiently and without any remorse, anything. Anybody could ask you anything and it wouldn't bug you, wouldn't scare you, nothing like that. So like, let's say you got a skeleton in the closet, right? If that is out there, if that's forgiven and before God and before man, who can come against you? What can man do to you? It's taken care of. So to walk with integrity is a third, and I would suggest the most important thing. Those are just a few things, guys. So I'm out here walking with integrity. There's nobody out here except motorcyclists. And now it looks like I'm coming up on the interstate. There's nobody out on this dirt road except me, God, my phone, and the integrity in my physical and spiritual life. So let's be that person. Let's be that spiritual operator. Hey, this is Kevin Jones, your spiritual operator, and until next time.